Hi, Tim Unkert here, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at setting up an environment on your Chromebook to work on some of the languages such as C++, Java, and C#. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I plan on moving the channel a little bit in that software development direction, and so I want to cover some of that stuff in future videos, but I also want people who want to follow along and go along with those videos know how to actually set up that environment on their Chromebook, and it's actually quite easy. Okay, we're also going to set up Neovim, and since it is the pinnacle of a developer's career to get into a FANG company, we're going to install the theme Dracula. We'll install a few other helpful extensions as well, but most importantly, Dracula. So let's get going. So what I'm going to do is go to my settings here. And the first thing I've got to do is actually turn on a Linux development environment. So I'm going to go down here to the Advanced tab. Then I'm going to go to Developers, and I'm going to go to Turn On. And I'm going to click Next. It's going to prompt me. I'm just going to use the new username they give me. It's going to give me a recommended disk size. I have some more storage space on this particular machine, so I could make it quite a bit larger than this, but right now 10 gigabytes is fine. You can change that at a later point. 10 gigabytes is plenty if you have less storage on your Chromebook, so just note that to start doing these programs, you'll have enough, okay? Especially using a small program like Neovim to edit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click Install, and that's going to go and it's going to shut off. So let's try that again, because I accidentally clicked the cancel button. All right, so while it's doing that, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to come back when it's installed. Okay, so it's gone ahead and installed. So one thing I like to do right up from the start is sudo apt update. I can type. And sudo apt upgrade. That's going to make sure all my packages are up to date. And now, the one thing I do want to note while you're watching this video at the time of this recording, which is November 15th-ish, 2021, I think that's the date, it's a Monday, is that I'm on the beta channel for a Chromebook, so I have Debian Bullseye. The stable channel currently, I think, has Debian Buster, which is Debian 10 versus Debian 11. So there may be some small differences you notice with this video. And by the time you watch this video, the stable channel may be on Debian 11 as well. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and update and upgrade. Let's pause the video and come back when it's done with that. Okay, and I'm back with that. And now to get a C and C++ development environment along with the Java development environment, we're going to install two different packages. So I'm going to type sudo apt install. Then the first package is going to be build-essential. And then I'll do a space. And then I'll do the second package is going to be default-SDK. And that's going to be for Java. And I'm going to hit enter. And I messed up, so I'm going to pause the video because I typed the wrong package. Actually, no, I didn't. I did type the wrong one, but it's sudo apt install build essential and default JDK. There we go. Okay, so sorry, not SDK, JDK. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click yes. It's going to take 628 megabytes of data. And so, when you install these packages, probably be about a gigabyte, maybe a little bit less. C# doesn't, I don't know, it might be a little bit more than a gigabyte, 1.1 gigabytes. I think C# is going to take about half a gigabyte, just in case you're concerned about space, but most modern Chromebooks should easily accommodate all of these development environments. I'm going to pause the video at this point. We'll come back when it's done installing. Okay, I'm back, and it has installed those programs. And And so what I'm going to do now is install what I need for .NET. So I'm just going to Google .NET here and come up with this Microsoft here. This is provided by Microsoft. So we're going to go to their page. And you'll see here a little description. .NET is a free cross-platform open source developer platform for building many different types of applications. Okay. All right, so let's click on this .NET here. Let's go to download. And when I go do that, I want to install .NET on Linux. So I'm going to click here, it looks like. It may have changed this page since the last time I went to it. And, all right. So, okay, here we go. So if you're running Alpine, CentOS, we want to find Debian, okay? Now, if you're on the stable version, this is important, and you're on Debian Buster, which is Debian 10, you would choose this one. I, however, am on Debian 11 because I'm on the beta version. So I'm going to click this one. The instructions are pretty much the same. It's quite simple. I'm going to just copy this and go to my terminal and do Control-Shift-V and paste it in and hit Enter. Okay, and then I'm going to go back here and I'm going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to go back here and hit Control-Shift-V, Enter, and it's going to go run through and install the .NET framework. Okay, so it's gone through the process. I'm just going to test that that's installed and just type .NET, and it'll say, you know, this is how you can use it. There's some options. You know, it didn't run anything because we didn't really do a .NET command, but it is installed, so that's cool. And now let's go ahead and work on getting a nice environment set up in Neovim for this type of programming. So one thing I like to use instead of the default terminal is a terminal emulator called Terminator. I just like it a little bit better. It has some nice windows. You can do some nice windows with it. I said that already. But anyways, let's go install Terminator. And you know, I mean, the movie was amazing up until like, yeah, first two movies were good. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and install. And well, this won't take that long to install. You'll see it'll run through it pretty quickly. You should note that I'm running Screencastify to record this, so that's, you know, slowing down the install a little bit. So, all right, so now I'm going to make sure this is pinned because I want to keep this here. I can close my settings. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to go here and go to Terminator. And it's going to take a moment to open up. And I'm going to right-click and pin it there. And then I'm going to right-click here, go to Preferences. And the preferences will come up. I like to open it with a maximized screen. I like no window borders. This is all personal preference. I don't like to show the title bar. I like to have a font starting out. Now you can change the font really easy with just some keyboard shortcuts, but I want monospace regular font size 12 to start. That's what I want my base. That's what I'll be doing just for regular coding. For my videos, I tend to do Control Plus to make it larger and more able to see the screen. Colors, I like to start off with Groovebox Dark, but again, the pinnacle of a developer is to reach a FANG company, and as such, you would need to have a Dracula theme, and I think that applies to your terminal emulator as well. I can show you how to set that up so you're ready to go with that Dracula theme, which is very important, of course. All right, background, you could set it as transparent. Scrolling, I like to disable the scroll bar. I don't like to see it. That's just me. Everyone has their preferences. You can play with this or not even use Terminator. You could use the other terminal. That works just fine as well. I just like this one. Okay, I'm going to exit out of this, and I'm going to open this up, Terminator. Again, it's going to pop up full screen. Nice. And I can do Control-Shift+ to get this a little bit larger. Okay, cool. Now it's big. You can see it. I want to install Neovim, so I'm going to type sudo apt install Neovim. Now, I should say that in Debian 10 installs Neovim 3.4. In this version, it installs Neovim 4.4. I do believe in very certain circumstances, like using netrw, that the file manager, it tends to hang a little bit in version 3.4. You can also build from source. I'll link a link to that in the video description below, where you could get the current most stable version, which is 5.1 at the time of this video. But I think for all intents and purposes, 4.4 will work okay. Okay, so I can type nvim, and that opens up Neovim, and I can quit out of that if I want to. Let's clear this up. Okay, and so now what I want to do is I want to get some of the things that will help me with my coding in C++, Java, and C#. So what I'm going to do is type curl and then dash sl https://deb.nodesource.com/setup, and let's do version 16 for node, sudo -e and then bash dash. And that's going to go ahead and run through, and we're going to install Node because I want to use Conqueror of Completion, which is a plugin that helps out with you know, some suggestions and some basically some what does it do? It kind of auto suggests some things in Java and C++ if you install the correct things in COC. Okay, so now I also want to install the Yarn package manager, so I'm going to go ahead and copy all that and then paste it. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and let that run. And we got 125 megabytes of data, so we're going to go ahead and install that. It's going to take that space. I'm going to let this run. Again, with the recording, it's taking longer than normal. So I'm just, okay, and that's recorded, or that's downloaded. So now we can type node-v, and it's going to give me the node version, and then npm-v, and it gives me that version, then yarn-v, and so all that Node Package Manager, and Yarn are installed. Now, I like to have Yarn because it's easier. I'm probably going to get a message to build Conqueror of Completion, and it's just easy with Yarn install. So let's go here, and let's get Vim Plug, because we want to get some plugins, and that Vim Plug works for Vim and Neovim. Okay, and I'm going to go right here. I'm on a Unix, but I don't want to go for Vim. I want to go for Unix/Linux for Neovim. I am now going to just Control-Shift-V to paste that in, let that run. That's installed Vim Plug. I want to make a directory called .config/nvim, and I want to do -p here to do that. And then I go cd config and then nvim. Okay, and now I just want to open I want to create an init.vim file. Okay, so now I've got my init.vim. Okay, so what I want to do is type syntax on, that may be on with Neovim normally, but and then some indentation. So I'm going to set my tab stop equal to 4 because I'm doing Java, C, and C++, or Java, C++, and C#. That's what I meant. All right, and then set shift width equal to 4, and set soft tab stop equal to 4. Let's set auto indent and set smart indent. Okay, and now let's set number. Whoops. Set number and relative number. Let's also set incremental search. And all right, I think okay. So now let's go to Vim plug here, and we're going to call plug hash begin, and then I'm just going to leave that blank. So call plug hashtag begin, and let's just leave that blank, and then call plug hashtag end, and let's leave that blank hashtag. Okay, so now what I want to do is find some Vim plugins. Auto pairs will work. I think there's Neovim auto pairs. Comment in the comments below if you think there's better plugins for my situation. I'm always open to learning what other people use, so that'd be great. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy that in there. Okay, I want that. I also naturally, again, Fang Company, want to install Dracula. Okay, I just typed Dracula. That's not going to be the best search. Dracula Vim. If you want to get into, well, the pinnacle is a Fang Company, so I think you should code in Dracula, right? Let me know if there's a better one I should be using if I want to get into a Fang Company, perhaps Darktooth. I don't know. Anyways, so we're going to go here and copy this and then type plug and then put that in quotes. Okay, so we got auto pairs, we got Dracula, we need Conqueror of Completion for sure. So let's get that. So Conqueror of Completion. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install this. My internet is running a little slow. It's okay. So we want to get this one in here. And this one, once we get that installed and built, we're going to use a few other things in there. All right, so let's see, what else? What else might I need? I think that's it for right now. I don't want to install a ton of plugins just yet. Although, actually, I lied. Let's get Nerd Tree. Although you really don't need Nerd Tree, but I haven't been using it recently, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. Okay, so let's do plug Nerd Tree. I like to leave a little space there. And there's a couple other things I want to do. I want to say inno remap, so non-recursive, no wait, JJ, escape. That's going to allow me to use JJ as the escape key. And yeah, I think I'm going to save it. We'll source it, and we'll call plug install. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, quit out of there. So now I should be able to type set term GUI colors and then color scheme Dracula. Okay, and notice I JJ'd for escape. All right, so now I'm going to quit out of here, and I'm going to go back and run this command again, and it's going to give me a message, I think. And if we take this, we say cosym build / index.js not found. You see it's giving me the message to run yarn install. So I'm going to But now we've got the Dracula theme. That's pretty sweet. All right, so I'm going to quit out of here and go. Let's see. Let's list out my storage here. CD into plugged, and then list out the storage here and CD into coc-nvim and run yarn install. Let's go ahead and do that, and that's going to build Conqueror of Completion, and then from there I want to go to the Conqueror of Completion extensions page and get some extensions that I'm going to use when that's going to help me out for these languages, and maybe we'll look and figure out how to tab on complete and that kind of stuff. And so while it's fetching the packages, let's actually go up and, or while it's building Conqueror Completion, let's go to the COC extensions, if I spell this right, COC extensions Vim. Okay, and we're going to go here. No, I already did that. Getting ahead of myself. Let's go down. It's down. Conqueror of Completion. Let's see where the extensions are. Using COC extensions. Let's click on that link. And okay, what I'm really looking for here is the list of extensions, and I've come to it now. So you see we have COC Angular, COC Ansible, Blade, Browser, Calc. We have CLang-D, okay. So let's get that one. And then go down here a little bit. I think there's a COC Java. Yep. COC Java. And then there's also COC OmniSharp, and that's going to be for C#. Okay. So it's almost done. I'm going to pause the video because the recording is definitely making this slower a little bit. So I'll come back after that. Okay. So I'm back, and let's go back to here, and let's go into the init.vim file. Okay, and we'll go down here, and I'm going to run coc install and then coc clang-d, I think is what it's called, then coc Java, and then coc OmniSharp. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and install those extensions. All right, and it's going to take a moment, so I'll just pause it. And of course, as soon as I paused it, it did finish. Okay, so I'm just going to quit out of this. So I've got those, and let's go up here and close a few of these out. And don't need that, don't need that. Got our extensions. Tab on completion. Let's search for tab on completion, Vim, COC, something like that. And we'll see what comes up. We have to maybe go through a couple of these and we'll figure it out. So let's go through, click on this one, a Reddit post. I don't know if I really want to view this entire discussion. This may be not helpful, but we'll see. It's not helpful. Okay, so we'll go back. And this might be the post. Okay, and then it leads to this link, so sometimes you have to follow. Okay, and Okay. Tab to trigger completion. Let's copy this and go down here, paste that in. Okay, I'll leave a link to this init.vim in the links below. Okay, so that should be triggering now the tab on completion. We should be pretty much set up to go. A couple more things. Again, Fang Company is the pinnacle of a developer's career, potentially. So again, I have Dracula for my Neovim config. I maybe want to have Dracula for my terminal config. So let's actually cd into config again, and then list out my storage. We want to cd into Terminator and list that out. And we want to now, with Neovim, since we've got it all set up, let's open the config. Okay, so we've got the config here. Our default is all this. So now what I'm going to do is look for color schemes. Terminator. Terminal. If I can spell. All right. So we're going to go ahead and biggest collection of Terminator themes. Okay. So I want to go here to schemes. And I'm going to go to down to Dracula. And I'm just going to copy this. Okay. All right. I'm going to come back up here. Go down under default, escape, and Control Shift V to paste it in. And I can get rid of these two lines. Okay. All right. One, I just want to move this over a couple spaces here, just kind of keep the formatting the same. So let's copy this line and paste it under cursor color, and then copy this line, paste it under foreground color, and copy this line and paste it under this line. And anything else we need? Let's see. I think we're good. Let's quit out of here. Let's exit out of this and let's reopen it. Okay, and it reopens with the default, the Groovebox theme that I had there. But I'm going to go to Profiles, and now we can go to Dracula. And there's a few things we need to fix. Okay, so we'll go to we'll go to Preferences here. And we'll be on Dracula. And the font, okay, the font's good. We got to get rid of the scroll bar, though. Just disable that. Okay, and then we'll close. Actually, let me open that back up again, because what I want to do is have it open naturally. So I'm going to go to Layouts, Terminal Child here. You'll see, move this. There's the option to move this down. I'm going to go and choose Dracula. So it loads up with Dracula, hit close, then hit exit, then turn it back on. And now it loads up with the Dracula theme. We go to Neovim. It has the Dracula theme. We can quit out of there. The last thing I'm going to do is do, let's see, Control-Alt-T, I believe. So open up Crush. Okay, so now if you have enough space, one thing you might want to make your Chromebook a little bit snappier when you're doing this. So you can type swap enable. I'm going to do 2000. That's going to be 2 gigabytes of swap space. I'm going to hit enter. That won't take effect, and now I'll just exit out of here. That won't take effect until I restart the machine. But now when I restart the machine, it'll be running with 2 more gigabytes of RAM potentially if need be. Okay, so that might make my coding experience a little snappier. All right, so that's pretty much it for setting up the environment on a Chromebook for C++, Java, and C#. Stay tuned because more videos are coming this way. We're going to get technical and we're going to do some advanced stuff which should be really, really cool. Thank you for watching. If you like this channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. It'll really help the channel grow. You can also follow me on GitHub. I post stuff on GitHub daily. And you can also follow me on Teacher Pay Teachers. I do, for teachers out there watching who are also interested in coding, I do automate production of worksheets, so you can follow me there. And thanks for watching, and have a great day. And I hope to see you in the next one.